The following has been paid for by the Pens World Order. Pens lose in a shootout to the Dallas Stars 3-2 in a game that they were leading for 58 minutes, only to freaking blow it in the last 2 minutes by giving up a goal to, checks notes, Miro Heiskanen in the last 2 freaking minutes to where you could have swept the weekend. You had the freaking weekend. It was all right there, and you know, it's sort of not worth getting worked up over. Because you know what? I'm gonna take a positive with this one. I'm gonna try. This is the Let's Go Pens fan react. As the Pens lose in the shootout to the Dallas Stars. The last leg of a 3-game road trip, one that has seen the team go from Philadelphia to Tampa to Dallas. Heck of a week. Few frequent flyer miles. Frequent flyer miles still a thing. But, this was the game that I was thinking was going to be the letdown. Because this is also why you won earlier in the week. This is why you beat the Flyers. You beat Tampa by crook. So this game had less pressure on it. Yeah, the Pens had a 2-1 lead that they were sitting on in the third. They were going to try, as me and my friends call it, Providence their way to a win, which is basically sit on the lead and just play a pure defensive game to try and win. I don't know if Pittsburgh can do that. I don't know. Because I don't even know if this team really knows what it is. A young team, 20-something games in, and you say, hey, we're going to be defensive, we're going to be gritty, and we're going to grind out a 2-1 win. I don't think the AAA is the right kind of arena to try that. Probably one of the worst 5 arenas to play in. And I don't mean it because it's bad. I mean it because it is a tough place to play. So the Pens get on the board early as Connor DeWar gets to 6 as the Pens stopped trying and they started DeWaring. I'm never going to stop using that joke. The Pens actually were able to get this on what looks like, I'm using the generator here, flown in on a bit of a bang-bang play, 2-on-2 rush, as it looked like as Lizotte led Dewar and Lizotte over on one side of the ice, and Dewar just blasted it past. Yeah, that's Jake Ottinger. That's the Otter. And made it 1-0. Good start by the Pens, getting the first goal. And then Jamie Benn is able to tie it at the beginning of the second. I feel old, because I know when Jamie Benn came into hockey. No, not when he started for the Stars. Not for the Dallas Stars, but for the Texas Stars in 2010 when they took on the Hershey Bears. 15 years ago. Time is a social construct. Anyway, Jamie Benn gets his 4th. Tommy Novak gives the Pens the lead. Chris Letang, Sidney Crosby getting their mandatory points. And if you notice, that's the only time I brought up Crosby. No Malkin in this game due to a day-to-day injury. Oi. So, this seemed like a game that maybe the Pens were going to rely on their defense. Their depth was going to save them in this game. And so far it did. Novak and DeWar, fine. Let them score. But then into the third. And Dallas is pressing. This is a team that would be leading the Central if not for the Category 3 super team in the Avalanche. And they just keep pressing. And it ends up, finally, where the dam just breaks. It was this 6-on-2 for them. Dallas had the point, just walks right in, back out to the point, fires, and looks like a deflection probably is Miro Heiskanen. Wyatt Johnson with the big blast to begin with. Mikko Rantanen got his 26 assists this season. Wow. Assist to tie it up at 2. And if I was watching the game live, I'd probably be pissed. Probably. Because again, this is our 10th blown lead of the season. And we've only played, 25 games. Nearly half our games we've blown leads. I would not recommend getting sales positions to these guys. Neither team converts in the extra session, and we go to the skills competition. Jason Robert, nothing. Brian Rust, nothing. Matt Duchesne, nothing. Sidney Crosby, nothing. Mikko Rantanen scores. Chris Letang's got a score. He doesn't because it's Jake Oettinger, that's why. And the Stars win in the skills competition. And yeah, I want to be mad. I want to be upset at this. There's a part of me that does. But it's also, it's the end of the road trip. I feel indifferent about this. I mean, yeah, you nearly blew it in Tampa at this time. No ref puck saved us this time. But we're still in the wild card hunt. We're 34. The fighting Mark Scheifele's, known as the New York Islanders, are above us. And basically, the Atlantic and the entire Eastern Conference is one big clusterflugen right now. You can't make heads or tails of things. And the Pens are doing what they need to do. Get points now, get good later, because we got to keep feeding those Tristan Jarry Edmonton Oilers rumors. How's that been going? So, net, you nick a point, get on the plane and go home. That's it. That's all you can really do. Because next game's on Tuesday. The Fighting Jacob Trubas are coming in. The Anaheim Ducks and their loud orange jerseys, where even a blind man could see those, are coming in. You have Anaheim, Montreal, San Jose, the Mammoth, and Edmonton on a 5-game homestand that's every other day, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. And then a two-game Canadian, God, I can talk, 2-game Canadian roadie in Ottawa, House of Horrors for the Pens, and Les Habitants de Montréal at Belle Centre. That's actually home and home. So, time to put on the big boy pants, boys. Hope you got bodies, because I know you're going. They made some calls up to from Wilkes, because I'm hearing actually that Brunicki has actually been doing decent in Wilkes-Barre. I saw him on Saturday. He might be heading off to World Juniors, as Ben Amazon Kindle probably isn't going to Team Canada for the juniors. So the kids are going to be staying around. And Mama's going to be in the lineup. You're going to need him with Anaheim and Jacob Trouba. And Racco Gudas. You're going to need him. So it'll be interesting. It's not worth getting riled up over. You got points. Take the point and just go home. See you Tuesday night as... Hold on. Wait. We'll see everyone Tuesday night, because it's duck season. It really is duck season. Let's go Pens. We'll catch you next time.